Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is going to be, whoa, look at that. 3 of Wands. Not sure how that got in there, but very interesting. This is going to be a general reading, okay? So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an 8 of Pentacles. Very nice. This is some very, very good energy, especially since we got that 3 of Wands that kind of jumped out at us, right? So we're going to keep that one as well, and we're going to see how that might play into things. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Already some great energy. Wow. Yes. Yes, I like it. And we've got all of this air energy that leads to the Sun card. That this is, I think you're getting all the right cards here. This is going to be great. Now we're going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to select one card. We're not going to look at it until the very end. We're going to put the alien right on top. Just leave it right there. We're not going to look at that until the end of the reading, and hopefully that'll tie everything together and give us the confirmation we need. So, Aquarius, let's look. We've got major and major. That's good. We've got some water. We've got some earth. We've got some fire, both of these. And then we've got all of this air over here. I feel like it's a pretty, I think it's a pretty special spread here. This seems really, really cool. We have 6. Here we've got the 6. We've got 2 6s. And we've got these 2 8s. I think this is really, really nice. I feel like what we've got on the path of the dove here is a lot of form, right? We've got a lot of structure here. We've got, I should have showed you, we got the 2 6s, we got the 2 8s, right? So I feel like what we have is a structure. We have a state of things. We have a crystallization, a manifestation of energy right here. And we need something to initiate it. We need something to spark it. We need the electricity to be turned on. Well, that's exactly what the 3 of Wands is all about. It's an odd-numbered card, so it's active, it's a function, right? This is us putting ourselves into this, whatever this is going to be, right? Well, let's think about it. Let's look first at this 8 of Pentacles. I think you're someone who is very thoughtful. I think you're very, very diligent. I think you pay attention to details, right? I think you like to take things slowly and cautiously. You want a peaceful garden, right? I love the 8 of Pentacles. I love the whole gardening kind of metaphor with it, the agricultural kind of vibe that it has. Because this is having the best garden on the block. Yeah. And it's because you're very meticulous. You're very calm. You pay attention. You can really discern the needs of your crops, well, your plants, your pets, right? Your people. Of your life, the things that you're doing, whatever you do with your time, whatever kind of life you have. You're very attentive to it, You probably keep a very well-ordered home, very calm. You like to have an order and a structure. Maybe you like to have a routine. Maybe you have a schedule. There's a rhythm to your life that you really like. I feel it just like a really beautiful garden with a nice bench. And we can just sit out there and we can relax. It's your own secret kind of garden. Yeah. But we also have with that the Six of Pentacles, more Pentacles. And these, I think this is the people around you. This is literally your pets and your plants and your people. It's a cooperative effort. It is, it's an organization. It's a cooperation that's not just for you alone. I think it's for your family, your loved ones, maybe a spouse, right? Maybe a significant other. I feel as if you are really, I feel like you're on the way to your best life. I think these two cards are the growth of your best life. It's like you're almost there. You're living a good life, right? It's not a 10 of cups or a 10 of pentacles or cups. I was looking at the 6 of cups down there. We're not at the extreme of extravagance, right? We're living a life that is comfortable. We want a life that is reasonable and provides, right? But maybe we're not looking for extravagance. Yeah. You want something that keeps you connected, something that will benefit your loved ones, right? Your family and stuff, your friends. You might even be running a business or starting a business. But I feel like you want something that is good, right? You don't need extravagant. You don't need like crazy, outrageous, success or money or, wealth kind of thing. We want something steady. We want something that allows you time to enjoy it, right? You want to be successful, of course. But we also want to be able to enjoy that success. Down here beneath everything, 6 of cups. This is your need, really. This is why I think we have the 8 and the 6 here. We're looking to connect with our life, with our field of experience, with our success. We want to be successful, people in our career, in our personal life, right? We want to achieve, okay? But what's really important for you, what is underlying everything, the foundation that this earth energy rests on, is how you feel connecting with other people, right? The 6 of cups, it's 3 down here and 3 at the top. It's your feeling and abundance, your compassion, your love, really, in the truest kind of stripped down sense of just love energy. Connecting and appreciating others. Connecting and appreciating the life that you have, right? This is you really feeling harmonious, feeling like you're resonating with the world. This is you enjoying life, basically. So I think it's very appropriate that we then create a life that allows us to enjoy it. A lot of us are so busy working, and we put so many hours into our jobs, our careers, that we don't always, there's not always a synchronicity here. And that's why I think that you've got all the right cards. You've got a 6 and a 6 here. You're creating the life that you can enjoy in equal measure, right? And maybe we can expand this to a 10. Maybe we'll get a 10 of Pentacles and a 10 of Cups. And that'll match, right? But this, I think, is the sweet spot. This is right in the middle where it's just like, it's not too much, it's not too little, right? This is what we want, right? This is the kind of life that we want. Perfectly in sync with how we feel, with our connection with the world. It's doing, you have to excuse my voice, it's very, very smoky here. There's this idea of building the life that is most conducive to our happiness, to what we want, what we feel. And these two are matching up, right? That's 2 6s. They perfectly blend together. They're in perfect harmony, right? And I feel, too, because we have the Lover's card at the top. And to me, this is us making the choice. What's important to you? And it's at the top of the path of the dove. This is what you are maybe asking yourself every day. Every choice that comes your way, you're thinking, is this leading me to my best life? Is this choice, whatever decision is in front of you, is this leading me to having a life, a feeling and work, personal and professional kind of balance, my work life, home life? Or, am I getting the same amount of satisfaction out of this work as the effort I'm putting into it, right? So we want this harmony. And every decision, everything that comes your way, I think you're trying to make the right decision for yourself. We're trying to always commit ourselves to that path that's going to lead us to the most resonance and harmony. Now, the Lover's card is not always about romance. This doesn't mean that you are considering, getting married or moving and blending your life with someone. Maybe you are. Maybe that's one of these several choices. We're choosing to go toward this kind of harmony and satisfaction with our life, with our physical environment, right? With where you physically are right now and what you're doing. And we're choosing to leave behind anything that takes these two cards out of phase, right? We don't want a 7 of cups. We don't want a 7 of discs. We don't want the 5s. We want the 6. Perfect balance, perfect harmony between our physical environment and our heart. This is perfect. This is like the best reading. Anyone getting these two cards, I think, is really focused on the right stuff. Because this is real success and real happiness, right? It's not extreme, it's not extravagant, it's kind of perfect. It's that sweet spot, right? I think you've got all the right cards. What we need, of course, is the active energy to initiate this. And I think that's why we've got the fire energy. I think that's why the 3 of Wands came out, because in order to do this, in order to have this perfect life that's in harmony, that's resonating, and to have this attention to detail, we have to know ourselves. We have to have the 3 of Wands to know what we're all about, right? You've got to know who you are. You've got to be in touch with your soul, with your spirit, to know what this actually looks like for you in practice, in real life, right? So we need to discover ourselves constantly. We need to always be aware of ourselves, right? This is your integrity. This is you knowing who you are, knowing what you want based on you, based on what you're learning about yourself, not based on what anyone else tells you or what you think you're supposed to want. No, this is a real knowledge of self, and you're very confident in who you are. Okay? And now the card that we see in the future is the other fire energy. This is the 8 of Wands here. So we've got the 2 8s here, and one's kind of slow, one's kind of fast, right? One is saying that we're putting all of our efforts into growing this life, into creating this future and this environment that resonates with us, that's harmonious, that we enjoy, that satisfies us. And then there's also this kind of growing anxiety over it, There's also this sense of our energy being scattered in many different directions so that we don't know where to put all of this energy, So these two, it's kind of a conflict, and it's kind of why I was saying that we've got all of these even-numbered cards here. We've got even numbers. This is like we know what kind of life we want, but we're starting to get a little anxious because maybe we haven't feel like we haven't done enough. We haven't really started. We haven't figured out exactly how to go about doing that. We see in the past here, we see this. This to me is kind of like an Aquarius card. This is the Prince of Cups. It's air and it's water. And with Aquarius, a lot of people assume Aquarius is a water sign. Aquarius is an air sign, right? It's a fixed air sign. So we've got the air connection here, but there's also this water. It's just kind of like, it's almost as if we're still trying to figure out exactly what this picture looks like, right? There's a difficulty matching up the thing that we feel inside, the life that we know we want, and how we see it playing out, how we translate that into action. So it's a three of wands issue, right? We've got to know ourselves. We've got to activate our soul and our spirit. We've got to take command and take charge, and we've got to get out of the kind of boxed in eights, right? The even numbered cards need an odd number to kind of stir things up. And I think that is the purpose of this Three of Wands. And I think that's why this card just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know why this was mixed in with with the Thoth deck, maybe from the last reading, I don't know, but there's a reason why this came out, because that's the odd numbered card. That's the initiator. That is the first kind of step. That is the ball rolling to get us out of this, get us out of this box that we see with the eights and the sixes, the even numbers. We know what kind of a harmonious life we want. We know that it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of attention. We know that it's going to take a lot of energy. We know that we have to continue to make choices and choose the right path, but there's this knowledge of self that we need, and we have it now. Okay, we're gaining that. So it seems to me like we just need that self-exploration. We need to get this card sorted out. And again, this is kind of like that idea, like, oh, am I a water sign? Am I an air sign? Who am I exactly? This is us knowing who we are. We're confident now, right? We're confident in who we are. We're confident in the choices that we're making, and we're making choices. That's it. We're getting out of this boxed in, even numbered energy, and we're getting out there. You know, we're doing it. And that's what we need, is action, right? Because we know what kind of life we want. We know that we're destined to have it. It's gonna be really great. We've got to take action to do that. And now look at the path of the serpent here. It's all air energy. First, now we've got this, which is the Prince of Swords. This is air on air. This, to me, is kind of linking up with this Prince of Cups. It's, we know what we want, right? We've got all of these even numbered cards, but we're trying to figure out how to translate that into a plan, into action, into movement, into, external, let's do the work kind of thing. The first thing that we encounter is this air on air. This is the Prince of Swords. This is saying there's a lot of ideas swirling around. We've got to come up with a plan. We've got to use our sword, our discernment, our mind, our intelligence. We've got to use that air, Aquarius, that we're an air sign, right? We've got to find the truth about ourselves. We've got to wield this truth. This is the certainty. This is your will. This is you dissecting everything. This is you cutting the fat off of everything. This is you etching your plan into stone. This is you really like using your knife and carving out a map. It's about organizing our thoughts, I think. It's about getting out of this confusion with the air on air, with the Prince of Swords, and getting into this certainty. Now there's one idea, there's one thought, there's one truth for you. And that's leading you forward. And that's exactly what we see next, because we've got the Knight of Swords. Now, this is fire energy in the realm of thinking and communicating and our ideas. So it's really this fire here with the Three of Wands. Now it's getting our thoughts moving. It's getting our plans going forward. Right? We've admitted that we're kind of confused on how to go about achieving this. This is what we want to achieve. So how we achieve this, now we've got to do a deep dive into ourselves. We've got to activate our fire energy. We've got to clear our heads and get organized, get our thoughts in order, get to that central truth about what this looks like. Because with the air energy and with the Ace of Swords, I feel like you have to pick a path. You know, we know what kind of life we want, but what does it really look? What are the details? What does that actually look like? Right? Once we can figure that out, then we can make this plan, and it's a straight shot. Right? It's an Ace of Swords. It's just there's one way, there's one path to it. Now, it might not look that way in practice. It might be a little bit, we might go off trail a little bit. But in theory, there's a straight shot. So at least we know where we're going, what we're doing. This is like, what kind of career, what kind of education, where do you want to live, what kind of relationship do you want to have? It's, you know, all of these things. It's figuring out the little details. Okay? And we've gotten those details figured out. Now we can start moving, and we can start taking care of these things one by one. We can start making progress with these plans. Yeah. This is your plan in action. This is how we're going to go about achieving the kind of life that we want over here. This is going to be really nice. I feel like you've got all the right cards, especially at the end when we've got this Sun card. This is the perfect life. This is you living. This is you being in the perfect life. This is not necessarily the finished product, that your life is now just perfectly complete and everything is finished. No, this is you traveling through time and space with the certainty and the confidence and the glory that you're creating your best life, that you are building it moment by moment. And this is the real satisfaction. This is the you that is in the middle of this perfect life, of building this perfect life. Because the sixes represent the sun, right? Because really the sun, this sun, you, is right in the center of both of these cards. So you're putting yourself right in the middle of this kind of life. But first we have to become that sun, right? And that is having the fire energy within us to be able to withstand the pressures from outside, right? Just like a star. Activating this fire energy, knowing who we are, having a plan, being confident in ourselves, having faith in our decisions. And this is really the life that we're after. We want to be right in the middle of this perfect life. The perfect life. Yeah. I think you're doing it. I think you're really going to love it. You know, I'm very excited for this. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, just click on the link that's up here. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just Aquarius, but for every sign. I encourage you to cross-watch, check your other placements, hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay. Thank you for taking this journey with me, and thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. Aquarius, I realized that we'd forgotten to look at the mystery card, and I think that this might be the first time this has ever happened. So let's take a look at this now and see what exactly this might be. I don't have any predictions for this. I've already cleared the rest of the cards off of the table. And then I realized that the alien over here was sleeping on the job and didn't remind me about the mystery card. So I apologize for that, but we're here now and we can look at it and we can see how this might factor in to the rest of the reading. So let's reveal that. And that's the Hanged Man. That's interesting. This is this could just be a message for me saying that I really fudged it, and I'm kind of going to have to suffer the consequences of that. But I think that this might be a little bit of part of this kind of indecision that we're in, This is kind of like a suspended state where we're just almost in a limbo right now. I kind of feel with the Hanged Man that we're just we're waiting for something. We're waiting for a sign. We're like Odin. We're hanging from the tree, and we're waiting for enlightenment. And I'm not going to move. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to do anything until I receive the wisdom that I want. And what we're waiting for that wisdom from that high priestess. We're waiting for the intuition. We're waiting for the sign, the message from our soul, from God, Goddess, deity, right? So we've put ourselves in this position of, I'm not going to do anything hastily. I'm not going to make moves just to be making moves, right? I'm not going to act until I'm certain, until I have that enlightenment, until I have that confirmation, right? And then we can just very easily take ourselves down, and instead of hanging and suffering and being kind of just at the mercy of gravity and of the elements, we can turn this around, and now we're doing a dance, right? Now we are happy. Now we are singing and celebrating. So I think that there is like this confirmation that you're waiting for. And that might be coming in the form of some synchronicity in your environment. Maybe you're waiting for just the right kind of green light from the universe. Or maybe you're literally waiting on like a phone call, or waiting for something to be confirmed in your physical world so that you can get started with this, So the Hanged Man, this is going to be, this is interesting. This is a lot of water energy. This is kind of... it's also the deep dive into ourselves, right? Because we had that Prince of Cups, and that was kind of saying, you're having a little bit of a disconnect between how you feel on the inside and kind of the thoughts that we're having, the plans that we're making. We want everything to be in sync. We want everything to be in harmony and resonating. Maybe this card is saying that we need to suspend ourselves for a minute, so that we can really go within and make sure of that water energy and really find out what we want, how we want to go about it, what it's going to look like, and then we can start formulating the plan. Then we can move into the air energy from here, right? I think this is a good confirmation card. It's interesting that I forgot it. That's the first time I've done that. So hopefully this adds a little bit onto the reading for you. And hopefully you can make some sense of this, okay? Again, I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.